Week 96, Day 7. The Argo drifts above Ichlangis. Quiet on the outside, loud in my head. 700,000 C-bills in the locker, and a financial report breathing down our necks in 19 days. But I haven't been sleeping much anyway. I've been in my captain's quarters, blueprints everywhere, running the numbers, running the weight, running the heat. Because the Jenner JR-7D is in storage now. And today, we stop staring at the chassis and start making it a weapon, one loadout at a time. First stop, the mech bay. Before I touch the Jenner, I look at the Shadowhawk. She's banged up, armor peeling, damage that can't be ignored. 21,000 C-bills to patch her, 3 days on the clock. That's the kind of number I can live with. So I sign it, and I watch the funds drop. Call it 690,000 left to play with. Now we talk about the Jenner. I open the Jenner's bay doors, and I ask for a clean slate. Strip it down, peel it back. Let me see what we really have. 13.5 tons to work with, and hard points that want blood. 4 laser mounts, 2 missile ports. I start where a Jenner lives, in the arms. Medium laser ++, right arm, front and center. Another medium laser beside it, because I want pairs, not promises. Left arm gets the same, 2 more mediums, clean, common, dependable. 4 medium lasers online. Now we've got teeth. Next, we decide what kind of hunter this Jenner is going to be. Now the question, missiles. I could hang LRMs on this frame, turn it into a little sniper, let it talk from a distance. But a Jenner isn't built to whisper. From what I've been hearing, it's built to cut in close. So I go with SRMs. 2 SRM4s, right in the center torso. Now the firepower spikes, and the intent is clear. But missiles mean ammo. And ammo means weight. And weight means something else dies. 1 ton of SRM ammo. That's all I dare. Because I still need armor, and I still need mobility. No jump jets yet, and that won't do. I'm gonna have to start adding them back in. I'll put a couple in the right leg, 1 in the left, I'm thinking. And every half ton feels like a knife turning, because it's coming out of our skin. This is where I go against my own habits and Yang's. Not armor first, not this time. If we pilot this Jenner wrong, it dies in a single flank. So we don't get flanked. We can't get flanked. We move first, we hit first, and we never let them get behind us. I stop, and I look at the armor bars again. This build is asking for perfect piloting. Every turn, every time. And that's a fine dream, until someone gets a flank, or a lucky volley finds the torso. We didn't bleed for this Jenner just to throw it away in its first real fight. So I back off the missiles. SRM4s come out. SRM2s go in. Less flash, more control. The armor creeps up. Right torso, left torso, center holding a little stronger. And the range still matches our medium lasers. 180 meters. Same kill zone. Yang drilled it into me from day one. Armor is your best friend. and I'm not ready to bet this chassis against that lesson. 2 SRM2s it is. Now it looks a little less like a gamble, and a little more like a Jenner we can bring home. The council put the question in my head, what exactly did we just drag into our hangar? And Commander Ronalkus, you were the one who kept pushing me to get it right. So consider this your formal acknowledgement. So I spent the weekend in my captain's quarters. Lights low, coffee stale, Argo archives open, technical readouts, factory notes, field reports, anything with a date stamp and a serial number. I wanted the truth, not a bar story. Introduced in 2784, the Jenner was once solely the property of the Draconis Combine, a source of pride and a warning sign. It was meant to be a fast guerrilla fighter, the foundation of highly mobile lances. Hit fast, move faster. A Magna 245 fusion engine, top speed 118 clicks an hour, fast enough to choose the fight. 5 Smithson lifter jump jets, 150 meters of air, enough to turn terrain into a weapon. And the core armament of the JR-7D is simple, brutal, and very deliberate. 4 medium lasers and an SRM-4, a close-range executioner's kit. But here's the part that trips up every new tech and every tired commander. When the file says 10 heat sinks, it doesn't mean 10 extra tons we magically found in a locker. It means the standard fusion engine grants 10 internal heat sinks, mass-free, before you add a single thing to the chassis. After that, anything extra is real weight, real space, real sacrifice. And then the real price of the Jenner reveals itself. Only 4 tons of armor, paltry protection, a machine that cannot afford to get caught. The Jenner doesn't win by taking punches. It wins by angles, by timing, by never letting the enemy see its flank. So when I build our Jenner, I keep the soul of the design in place. 4 medium lasers, same kill zone, same intent. The Combine's knife fighter. But this is a field refit, under a clock, under a budget, with survival as the priority. So I tune the missiles down to 2 SRM-2s, controlled punch, less ammo burden, still fighting in the same range band as the mediums. And I cut the jump package to 3, enough to reposition and break line of sight, without stripping the armor to bone. Because this Jenner isn't a trophy, it's a tool. And we didn't bleed for this chassis just to lose it to one bad turn and a clean flank. I consider the heatsink bin, but I leave it closed. Not because I forgot, not because we don't have them, because this Jenner isn't built for careless alpha strikes, and it isn't built to jump every turn like a child showing off in the simulator. If we add extra sinks, we pay in weight, and we pay in space, and we pay in armor. And this frame doesn't have armor to spare. So we fly it with discipline. We fire in controlled bursts. We stagger the lasers. We save the missiles for the moment it matters. And we jump when it buys position, not when it buys comfort. Because if the Jenner runs hot, it doesn't just slow down, it dies. A hot Jenner is a caught Jenner. So before any pilot climbs into this cockpit, I'm going to brief them myself. Strict heat doctrine, strict fire discipline, and no hero moves without a reason. And that brings me to the real question. Who earns this machine? I could hand it to one of our light pilots, someone who lives by speed and angles. Or I could take it myself. Put my own hands on the stick and make sure this doctrine holds. I haven't decided yet. Council, Commanders watching from the outer ring, I want your read. Who is best suited to pilot our first Jenner, and why? Because on this kind of frame, the pilot is the armor. I walk it back the last minute. I stare at those two SRM-2s, and I can feel the logic, the control, the options. But then remember why the Jenner earned its name in the first place. It was never meant to nickel and dime a fight. It was meant to close, strike, and leave a hole in the armor before the enemy can answer. So I return to the Combine Standard. 4 medium lasers, 1 SRM-4, simple, mean, and unmistakable. It does mean one thing though. Heat discipline isn't optional anymore. We don't alpha strike on impulse. We don't jump for comfort. We pick our moment, and when we commit, we make it count. Yang, you have your orders. Build it clean, build it tight, and build it like we plan to see it again. I brace for the bill, and it doesn't come. 3,350 C-bills. Chump change. I've paid more than that for bad coffee and worse intel. Darius. What hurts isn't the money, it's the time. 9 days in the mech bay, 9 days with the calendar crawling toward that financial report. But I can live with that, because this is the kind of investment that pays us back in survival. So I sign the work order, and I let myself smile once. Build the Jenner, and build it right.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Thank you, Yang. I take a hard look at our funds. 687,000 C-bills left in the locker. And I make myself do the thing I've been avoiding. Engineering. Commander Ranelkas, you've been in my ear about the Argo. And you're right. We can't keep patching mechs with a ship that's falling behind. Every refit, every repair, every day in the bay, it all runs through this hull. So I order the refit harness, 2 more tech points, real capability, not a pretty upgrade. 270,000 C-bills, gone in one signature.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
And just like that, we drop to 417,000. It stings, but it's an investment in survival. Faster work, better work, fewer mistakes when it counts. Now we need a contract that pays, and pays soon. I'm about to go find Darius, see what he can line up. I stand over the contract board, and it feels like every path leads back to pirates. Different names, same stench. One offer is clean money, over 1 million C-bills, and a straight fight with a pirate lance. The kind of job that looks simple, right up until somebody loses an arm, or a pilot takes a hit they don't walk off. The pay is beautiful, but the risk is real, and the salvage is thin. Then there's another job, quieter on paper, more dangerous in a different way. A convoy moving through restoration territory, hiding behind our own logistics and comms. Smugglers, directorate drivers, whatever they call themselves. They're running in our backyard, and the salvage terms are better. Not just cash, but parts, hardware, the kind of gains that last longer than one payday. We don't have the luxury of pride right now. We have a Jenner in the bay, an upgrade on the Argo, and a financial clock that doesn't care how brave we feel. So I make the practical call. Backyard barbecue. We intercept the convoy, we break the escorts, and we burn out whatever the Directorate thought it could hide on this world. Darius, set it up. We're going hunting. Darius pulls the terms up, and I study the fine print like it's a firing solution. Max pay is solid, salvage is tempting, and the restoration wants their message delivered clean. Martian terrain, though. Hot dust, thin air. Heat that clings to a reactor like a curse. Which means this contract is going to punish sloppy triggers, and is going to test our new Jenner the moment it steps off the ramp. So I don't get greedy. We take some salvage, enough to keep the door open, but we lean into the pay. Cash we can count, cash that keeps the lights on. 2 picks on the salvage table, and the rest in coin. Darius, lock it in. We take the job, and we make it quick. Accept. Contract accepted. Terms locked. Payment secured. Salvage rights on paper. An ambush in our own backyard. And a directorate convoy that thinks it can hide behind our routes and our comms. We drop into Martian heat, where reactors run hot and bad habits get people killed. And this is where our new machine stops being a project and starts being a weapon. The Jenner is built, the Argo is invested in, and the clock is still ticking on our finances. So we don't have the luxury of a soft test. We learn under fire. Council, commanders watching our wake out in the dark? This is the question I'm putting on the table before we step off the ramp. Who should pilot the Jenner going forward? Who has the discipline to manage heat, the instinct to guard the flanks, and the nerve to commit when it counts? Speak your piece, because in a few moments, we drop, and the Jenner meets its first war.